What is up, my Tickle Me crew? This is Chad here, and welcome back, guys, to another Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. So today's battle is against Ralph, and Ralph is a guy from my PSS. He's a passerby, and oh my god, look at Ralph's team. He is bringing the fucking Mega Rayquaza. This thing is a fucking terrorist. This thing can wreck teams. Everything about Mega Rayquaza is broken. Its ability, its attack power, just everything about it is just completely broken. But Ralph is bringing a completely Ubers team to my mixed OU team. So looking at Ralph's team, obviously got to worry about the Rayquaza. Giratina's a bulky monster as well. I also have to worry about the Suicune if it's one of those sub-Calm Mind sets. Raikou, he can be a sweeper at times. Entei is, I don't know, I mean, Entei's a little hit or miss. Sometimes he's really good and sometimes he's not. And then Shaman's not really that big of a threat looking at my team. But Ralph is bringing the Giratina, Suicune, Raikou, Entei, Shaman, and the Mega Rayquaza, while I am bringing the Jellicent, Mega Metagross, Dragonite, Mienshao, Talonflame, and Breloom. So this battle is incredibly interesting, guys. His Mega Rayquaza damn near swept my entire team. But I assure you guys that this battle is definitely worth watching. It's pretty funny. So I hope you guys will enjoy the show. So the battle begins, and Ralph decides that he's going to lead off with his Mega Rayquaza right off the bat, as I lead off with my Jellicent. Now, I decided to lead off with Jellicent because it is pretty bulky. I figured I could take any hit from whatever he wanted to start out with, minus the Mega Rayquaza, of course. But he's just going to set up his Delta Stream, which is going to lower the power of like Ice-type moves or whatever. And as if this thing wasn't scary enough, he's going to set up the Dragon Dance. So now he's sitting really pretty at +1 attack, +1 speed. As I just go for the Scald. I was really fishing for a burn here because I really needed this thing's attack cut in half. But of course, knowing my luck, I don't get the burn. So this Mega Rayquaza is just going to go for Dragon Ascent, and oh my god, my Jellicent just disappears. Like, it's just not even there anymore. So Mega Rayquaza is so fucking broken. So down goes my Jellicent, unfortunately, in one hit. And I'm just going to send in my Pause the Metagross here, because I figured Pause is the only thing that could probably live any hit from this Mega Rayquaza, unless it had like Earthquake or something. But he's going to switch out. That tells me he does not carry the Earthquake. He's actually going to bring in his Giratina, which is kind of a questionable play on my opponent's part. I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to go for the Ice Punch here. It was aimed at the Mega Rayquaza, but since he brought in Giratina, and Giratina is a dragon, it's still going to be super effective. It's going to take Giratina down like 60%, and I figured now that it's been 2 turns since I Mega Evolved, I do get the speed boost from Mega Evolving. I figured I would outspeed this Giratina and take it out with another Ice Punch, and that's exactly what I do. So now my opponent's going to bring out his Entei, and even with the speed boost from Mega Evolving, I wasn't like 100% sure I was actually going to outspeed. So I just play it safe a little bit, and I go into my Rupert, which is actually my especially defensive Dragonite. As my opponent goes for the Overheat, look how little damage this Overheat does to Dragonite. It does like 10 damage. That's disgusting. But this is a max HP, max special defense Dragonite, so I mean, I understand. But my leftovers are going to activate. I do get back up to multi-scale, which is perfect. My opponent's going to switch out. I think he goes into his Suicune. So that tells me he's definitely got the Ice Beam. And this is actually not your average Dragonite. This is one of those really annoying T-Wave passing Dragonites. So I'm just going to go for the T-Wave here. It's going to paralyze this Suicune. So that's going to slow it down a little bit. That's going to allow me to go ahead and go for a substitute. I get really lucky on this first T-Wave turn. He actually gets fully paralyzed, which is great. So now I'm going to get more leftovers recovery, and this is going to allow me to go for a Dragon Tail. As he goes for the Ice Beam, it's of course going to break my sub because it's 4 times super effective. But luckily I don't take the full brunt of that attack. Luckily my substitute does. I'm going to go for the Dragon Tail and get the Suicune out of here. As I believe I bring him back into his Entei. And I'm just going to try the same thing. I'm going to try to T-Wave it. He actually goes for the Stone Edge here, I believe. And I get really lucky again, and I believe he misses his Stone Edge on the first turn. which allows me to get some leftovers recovery, as well as T-Wave his Entei. So now 2 of his Pokemon are severely crippled, 2 really fast attackers. And this is just going to allow me to set up another sub. I'm going to get a little bit more leftovers recovery, getting even closer and closer to my multi-scale. But Substitute's going to take a little chunk out of my HP. And I get lucky again. He gets fully paralyzed again. This is like the 2nd or 3rd time. I feel so bad for all the hacks, but, you know, I kind of had to hack him because of, you know, his team situation compared to mine. But he actually pays me back. I miss my Dragon Tail there, which is kind of huge. But he's just going to keep going for Stone Edge. He's obviously going to break my sub, because again, that's like a 2 or 4 times super effective move. Plus it has a high crit chance, so had that Stone Edge, the first one hit, I definitely would have lost my Dragonite a few turns ago. But I'm just going to go for another Dragon Tail and bring out his Shaman now. And Shiny Shaman looks sick. I love the look of that. But I'm going to get some more leftovers recovery. Not quite at multi-scale yet. But he's actually going to switch out here. I was actually hoping he would switch out into his Mega Rayquaza. That way I could catch him on a Thunder Wave. But I guess he saw what I was trying to do. But he's going to bring out his Raikou. And I'm just going to switch out here, and I believe I go into, yes! My Talonflame. And obviously this is not a great switch for me, so I'm going to have to switch out. I'm going to go into Phillip, who is my Breloom, and he goes for the Thunderbolt. I obviously resist that Thunderbolt since I'm a Grass type. And my Toxic Orb is going to activate. This is actually a different Breloom set as well. It's got Facade, and Facade coupled with the Toxic Orb is really great. My opponent's going to switch out into the Mega Rayquaza again, as I go for the, I want to say, Swords Dance, I believe. Yeah, okay, I go for Swords Dance. And I really wish that I packed Mach Punch on this Breloom, but unfortunately I don't. My Poison Heal is going to activate, restoring some of my health. But unfortunately he's going to outspeed me, and he's going to Dragon Ascent my Breloom, which is 4 times super effective. Even though Dragon Ascent is called Dragon Ascent, it's actually a flying type move, which makes no sense in my opinion, but whatever. So down goes my Breloom. That really sucks. As you can see, this Mega Rayquaza is a holy terror for my team. But I'm just going to go back into Pause because I know that I can take any hit. I know he doesn't carry the Earthquake, as I saw earlier. And his ability is going to dissipate now that he switched out. So he's going to go back into his Entei, and I see that his Entei is paralyzed, so I know for a fact that I'm going to outspeed. I'm just going to go for the Ice Punch. I was obviously aiming for his Rayquaza, but he switched out. So on this next turn, I do outspeed. I go straight for the Earthquake, which is super effective. It is going to take out its Entei, so finally I don't have to worry about this Entei. I think that's 2 of his Pokemon down. So I'm basically just trying to weave my way around his team a little bit. I'm trying to work my way around his legendary dog Pokemon. So he's going to go back into Suicune, and I don't think an Earthquake from that range would kill because Suicune is really bulky. I'm going to go into Floppy Arms my Mienshao, as my opponent goes for the Shadow Ball. And I thought, since I'm a fighting type, I would resist the Shadow Ball, but it's actually a neutral hit. And I live with 69 HP for the lulz. And I go for the Drain Punch there, and I'm going to get a little bit of HP recovery back, but it's just not enough. He's going to go for a Shadow Ball. I believe that puts me down into the red. He almost kills me. And he's going to switch out here. He doesn't want to lose his Suicune just yet. He's going to go back into his Mega Rayquaza here. Oh my god, had I gone for the Hidden Power Ice there, this is my Mixed Mienshao set that I showed in one of my videos. But had I gone for the Hidden Power Ice there, oh my god, that would have been perfect. But I actually went for the Grass Knot, which kind of sucks. So now I'm just going to go for the Hidden Power Ice here. His ability actually weakens the power of Ice-type moves. So that's not going to be enough to kill, unfortunately, and my Life Orb is going to be able to take me out. And unfortunately for me, he's going to set up another Dragon Dance. So now he's back up to +1 attack, +1 speed. So that is a huge threat for whatever I decide to bring in. So I'm going to go back into, yes! The Talonflame, and I'm just going to go straight for a Brave Bird here. I know it's not going to kill, but it will at least do a decent chunk of damage to this thing. This Talonflame's not the offensive Talonflame. This is actually a bulky set, a bulky support Talonflame. But he's just going to go for a Dragon Ascent again, and it's going to take out my Talonflame in one hit. Of course. He's just one-shotting all of my Pokemon with his Rayquaza. It's disgusting, guys. It's disgusting. So I'm going to bring in Pause again, because again, for like the third time now, it's the only thing that can take a hit. I'm going to go straight for the Bullet Punch. I don't know if he was expecting that or not, but finally the Rayquaza goes down to Pause. Thank God for Mega Metagross. So now he's going to bring out his Raikou, and I figured I could live any hit from this thing. I am not Assault Vested, obviously, since I'm a Mega, but I figured either way, with the added boost from Mega Evolving to my special defense, I should be able to live. I take the Thunderbolt really well, actually, or sorry, Thunder, and I just go for an Earthquake that is going to take out the Raikou, which is perfect. Big threat out of the way. My opponent's going to bring out his Suicune now, and it is paralyzed, so I know I'm going to outspeed, and I mean, realistically, Suicune's not really that fast anyway. I would have outsped, even if it wasn't paralyzed, but I'm just going to go for an Earthquake. That's obviously going to take out the Suicune from the range that it was at. I believe he's got one or two more Pokemon left. He's got the Shaman here, and I'm just going to go for the Ice Punch, I believe, as he actually outspeeds me, which is surprising. So I'm guessing he's like timid or something. He goes for the Seed Flare. That actually does a decent amount of damage for a resisted hit. He does get the special D-drop, which sucks. But I'm going to go for the Ice Punch. It's going to bring him down to the red. And I just go for the Bullet Punch just to ensure that he can't hit me with anything else. And that is a dead Shaman. And that is the battle, my friends. That was an insane battle, Ralph. Your team was so scary. But thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. And if you did, leave a like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles.